Sure.
You're good to go.
Okay. So thank you, Sarah. And actually, thank you, everyone, to be online. Here is Ilaria. I'm from Italy, but now I'm working from Qatar. And thank from EduFab create this amazing virtual network. I see some familiar face that are collaborating with me, like Martin and Alex and Kato. Amazing that you are online too. So today I will share a little bit of my journey in the Fab Lab world, and also how has a Fab Lab we reach in Qatar, also with educators. So actually, this is a picture of 2019 in Egypt. Most of the time we had a virtual meeting like this one with a lot of different educators that share technologies and education together. But the timing that we are really together, it's very few times. So in this great event that FA Foundation is creating, actually educators can meet each other and can share the methodology and um, share also the problem that they are facing in the lab with school, with educators, and with the kids. So I want just to share this picture because it's a big communities of educators that it's around, and uh, it's nice to increase this community. So actually, this is a bit of the timeline. As an architect, I lived in different country, and the last from 2010, I start to be in the Fab Lab of Barcelona. So having a lab as a daily base in my office, I need it like any day, every day life lab space to create the methodology also in education. So I had experience university and also with educators with Fab Lab Kids. In 2014 and Fab Lab Barcelona, we established a network of educators online from Latin America that could spread the different methodology accessible for all kids, giving opportunity and open source project through the network of Fab Lab. So basically, in the past years, I lived in different country and I worked in different Fab Labs with a focus in education. And I will share a bit my experience in the last Fab Lab. Like now I'm in Qatar since 5 years. So this is our team. This Fab Lab is called Studio 5, and it's a Fab Lab that is established by the Ministry of Communication and Information Technologies. We have a variety of team from biologists and designer and that edutech engineer. So for the first 4 years, we were focusing only for kids. So it is amazing how a small country as Qatar invest a lot of money in education and in educators to establish a Fab Lab with connection for school and for kids from 7 to 18. This was the first 4 years, delivering workshop, session, hackathon, events for the community in Qatar for free. So I believed since I lived in different country, like everybody knows how makerspace is difficult to be supported and also how it's difficult to maintain the machine, the team, the equipment, the material, the consumable, the network with the kids and I mean with the students and with the fabbers or the makers inside. So after 4 years of this project, actually in the studio, one of the requests of the ministry that we should base our content as senior education specialist. I'm in charge of creating all the content that we are developing with our students and community. And our request it was to develop content based on the culture, based on Catholic culture, but inspired from international sources. For example, SDG, Fab Foundation, some from MIT or Singularity University. So actually, also from international field, but then how we can, let's say, translate or convert for the local culture. So basically, how we can solve a problem that probably it is in Qatar, it can happen in Qatar, and then with a smart solution. So going through different analysis of ideation and making a first brainstorming of modeling fabrication, and then realizes this prototype just not physically but actually with the function of electronic and assemble. So using different tools and different let's say equipment and skills that they goes from modeling to coding to artificial intelligence to virtual reality, and come up with an idea. So basically, this is what we were doing in the past 4 years. We had a lot of kids around, like from all Qatar, of different age, different school, from private and public school, and also a big community that starts in the 2019 in COVID time. We had a campaign that was called Makers at Home, and a lot of kids that were at home were joining our online session. And because there was not this screen issue, like actually they were protected by the screen, like the connection was easy for them, especially here in Qatar, that they are used to go to female and male schools. So just in our Fab Lab, they exchange and they are together. So it's completely different environment for them. Using this network online, they also could create a community that after COVID in our Fab Lab, they came up and became a network of makers that are growing in Qatar. So after also this community, I will speak also a bit about Global Kids, that actually I'm collaborating different year with an international community of educators. And we had the opportunity also to introduce these kids in Qatar to interact with other kids abroad, for example, in Brazil or Japan or Africa. So also this is a powerful tools that we have of having international networks, that actually through the screen you can go through different languages, different time, like now in Qatar it's 11 at night. Different way of expressing and communicating. And also this is it was an amazing tool, and something that, like, I will tell you now what's our focus. So after focusing on 7 to 18 years old from 2023, so actually we start in June to target until 24 years old students, so involving university. And then what it's what we started that actually was a requested from the teachers and educators that were coming from the school, if we could have our workshop or session called professional development for educators. So actually, this is what I would talk today about it. And then another perspective that we open also, it's an investigation zone, so just not using the usual tool of Fab Lab, but including also everything that it's related to biology, smart materials, synthetic biologies, and everything that you can create in an investigation area. We include, so that's why also our team, we have a biotechnologist. And then, of course, with the help of Scopes and Fab Foundation, we could upload our content to be public and open on Scope SDF. But we are trying also to we convert also all our content in the Arabic language, that actually it's in the Arab community, different words related to technology are very difficult to translate, or actually they are not translated. So to create the content and be spread also inside the GCC country was one of the goals that for Foundation and Scopes they have support us on doing it, and I will show it today also. So this actually in Studio 5, we have 4 different zones related to creativity and technology, software and investigation. And here we are targeting the 4 age group. The new one is the 1924, and we start the professional development with educators. So the first one was to celebrate the International World Teach Days. And actually we had a different teacher, female teacher, in this day. We create a workshop, just a basic workshop of 2 hours, to how we can use mixed reality as educational tool. So basically this workshop was focusing on how we can use a creative tools as virtual reality, for example, has a co-space to create different classroom to teach to the students different topics that sometimes are very abstract. For example, how we can explain the DNA. So actually in CoSpace, you can create the DNA with a 3D model. Like there are already models that you can import as an object, and you can code easily, usually using easy block coding. And in this model you can interact with. So for example, in any part of the DNA, you could select the chain of the DNA, and clicking the part, it will explain to you by writing or by a voice or by a sound what that chain of DNA it is. So actually we were explaining the basic of how you can create an environment and how you can personalize or visualize, for example, a Qatar history in a virtual reality environment where students can interact, adding classroom and adding learning, understanding from the side about anything that is abstract. The student at the same time of teaching, or in the
Ilaria, I think you might have frozen. Well, she seems to have lost connection. Which is what, well, we were ending up going to be closing here soon. If you guys do have any questions, please feel free to throw those in the chat. We can ask her if she's able to get back on. If not, I can make sure I can get those questions to her. This is recorded, so we can send you the recording and see if we can grab her presentation as well, if there are any questions. Feel free to unmute as well since we're a small group, but completely up to you.
Did we lose Ilaria?
We did. So I have them asking questions, so I'm gonna collect them, so that she's able to get back to them on, or if she pops back on, perfect.
Internet.
Yep.
I'm so sorry, I don't know what happened. I was
No
just
worries.
alone speaking. So I will share again the screen.
Go for it. We have a few minutes left,
Yes.
before we wrap up, and there was a question about the investigation zone. They wanted to know
Yes.
more about the investigation zone.
I have just 5 slides to wrap it up. So this was the first education PD session for educators that we had, and these are some testimonial of actually educators, teachers at the school that I want to share it.
Hello,
So,
everyone. My name is Temitope Adekoye, and I'm a vocational trainer and the head of education department at the Fort Salam School. And today's workshop is very interesting. It's amazing. I've been here several times with my students. However, today's workshop stands out for me because it's the first time I'll be coming here to be part of a training. And I'm a creative myself. However, I've never had anything or have any experience. I don't have a previous experience with mixed reality, but from what I learned from today's workshop, I'm confident that I can embed this into my lessons. So thank you so much, Ilaria, for this amazing opportunity.
so yes, also this
أنا
another
مدرسة حب العلمي أول مرة ليا جوه ستودنت لايف تجربة جميلة بصراحة مبادرة لطيفة من وزارة الثقافة والتكنولوجيا المعلومات ورشة لطيفة اتعلمنا فيها حاجات جديدة عن البرمجة عن الكودينج حابة يعني إن إحنا إزاي نقدر ندمج التكنولوجي بشكل أفضل جوه التعليم نرفع نسبة التكنولوجيا بشكل مفيد للطالب إن هو يقدر يخليه حابب تجربة التكنولوجيا مش بس مجرد جيمنج أو مجرد إن هو يقضي وقت طول الوقت على الايباد او الموبايل ازاي اقدر اخلي الكودينج هو اللي يبرمج اللعبه بتاعتي بحيث ان هو يوصل في الاخر ان هو اللي يبقى كرييتور للجيم مش بس مستخدم وده بينمي عقول الطلبه تبع التنميه المستدامه لدوله قطر طبعا وثانك يو فيري ماتش.
we are done with the session.
Yep,
have
so
to
we only
leave.
have a few seconds left before they pull us out.
Okay. No, it was that.